Here at Coggeshall Farm Museum, we use our recreation of a 1790s tenant farm here on the coast of Rhode Island to recreate America's agricultural past.
When you passed through that gate, you said goodbye to the 21st century. We are now in the 18th century. This is a living history museum where we recreate this pretty special place, this farm that was built in the latter part of the 18th century.
Of course, that requires the use of lots of scientific analysis to make sure that we're reclaiming the soil so that it grows things the way it did 200 years ago, to get rid of invasive species that weren't here in America's early days, and also to preserve the heirloom fruits and vegetables and the heritage poultry and livestock that we keep here as, well, partly as learning tools, but very importantly also just as a matter of preservation.
We try to preserve the place the way it was in the past so we can show you what, well, life and farming was like in the past. Because farming is how we eat, and so many folks today are pretty completely disconnected from where their food comes from. And we like to get folks sort of caught up to that.
We're of course talking about breeds of animals and plants that once were very, very common, but now are close to extinction. Now, if you have an animal that has fewer than 2,000 of its breed left in the world, naturally that means that it's a very closed genetic pool. And so trying to understand the science of genetics to make sure that we breed animals without suffering the ill effects of inbreeding is a very important part of what we do.
Modern farmers are looking for certain things. Farmers in the 18th century are looking for other things. But if we lose their genetics, we can't get those things back.
All of them are desperately in need of preservation, and that can't be done unless there's careful genetic work to keep them alive and healthy.